Journey to the world's most exotic, breathtaking locations. Pure outdoor.
I'm Sophia Murphy at the Capitol in Lansing, only on WZMQ 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, we're highlighting one couple who continues to give generous donations to Northern Michigan University. Plus, an elementary school in Escanaba is rewarding their students with reading. We'll tell you about their new book vending machine. And we'll have the latest as the United States and Colombia battle it out over President Trump's immigration policy. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Checking these out from Marquette overnight. A few snow showers around this evening. The front goes on through. Winds go northwest and the temperatures drop as the front goes by. Watch for maybe a quick inch of snow as well with that front and some slick roads as we drop into the single digits and teens. That's going to be the case across much of the Upper Peninsula as we head into the nighttime hours for tonight. How things looking the rest of the week, we'll let you know later in the show. Kevin?
Tom, thank you. A Green Bay, Wisconsin man is facing multiple drug charges following a traffic stop in Delta County. Michigan State troopers pulled over 56-year-old Stephen Van Lanen on Old US 241. Upon a search of the car, they were able to find drugs inside. Van Lanen was later lodged in the Delta County Jail on charges of possession of cocaine, methamphetamine, and analogs. His bond was set at $20,000, and he's due back in court on February 13th. Many generous donations have been given to NMU over the years. Some of the most notable donations come from NMU alumnus themselves. John Barry Jr. graduated from NMU in 1971 and is well known for his generosity towards NMU's ice hockey programs. He and his wife Shirley have recently given $3.5 million, endowing a new College of Business dean and helping fund its new facility.
The Northern Enterprise Center, this thing is going to be a fantastic kind of new heart of campus. It's really close to our academic advising offices, a lot of our student support offices. There's going to be space there not just for kind of classroom learning, pitch competitions for students who are trying to pitch their big idea and start a new business, first-rate instructional space, some good event space.
We'll have more details on their recent donations coming up tonight at 11:10 Central. A new trailhead is being constructed on the Nokamanon Trail Network. Over the past 4 months, 5 NMU students from the construction management program have been tasked with utilizing their skills to manage the project, coordinate with businesses, and construct the overall facility. The 900-square-foot pavilion will include an awning and a storage garage for trail management equipment.
It's just a great collaborative opportunity for us and for them, as well as the township. This is a project that wouldn't have happened anytime soon if they wouldn't have agreed to step up and assist us with the project.
This project was vastly funded by community members and supporters of the trail networks, raising over $20,000 from the community alone. An Escanaba kindergarten has a new resource that aims to promote literacy in students by using reading as a reward. Our Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons has the story.
I was at a basketball tournament for my son probably about 2 years ago. I walked into their elementary building and saw a book vending machine. I knew right there that that was something that I needed to get for our school.
The Webster Kindergarten Center just installed a book vending machine of its own.
We're always striving to find creative ways to get books into the hands of students. This is something that's pretty engaging and exciting for kids, and we're seeing the excitement and enthusiasm already.
But the machine doesn't just encourage reading. It also promotes personal growth.
A few years ago, Escanaba schools embraced Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective Students, and it promotes leadership. And so we thought, what a great way to reward our students for leadership qualities to get a free book.
Students who demonstrate leadership receive Inchi tokens, which they can put into the machine in exchange for a new book.
They are excited. They think it's so cool.
The purchase was made possible by the generous support of community members and local organizations like Kiwanis and Lions Clubs.
We also reached out to the Dr. David Dewar Pay It Forward Foundation, and they generously funded the remaining portion of it.
Teachers say the goal is to make reading a reward for students rather than it feeling like a chore or an assignment.
We don't want kids to look at reading as a punishment. We want it to look at something fun and exciting. They'll have books in their hands, books at home to read with parents, which is one thing that we really try to promote here, is reading to their students even if they can't read yet.
And to get students on a path to becoming leaders at an early age.
Our kids are showing those leadership qualities on a daily basis, and we feel they need to be rewarded for that.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
In national headlines, the U.S. and Colombia almost got into a trade war over the deportation of migrants. Both presidents were threatening tariffs on each other, but tensions have since calmed down. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp now joins us live. Rachel, good evening. How would these tariffs impact Americans were they to happen?
Good evening, Kevin. So if those tariffs were going to be imposed, it would increase the cost of things like coffee, flowers, and raw materials, making those things more expensive for Americans. Now, Kevin, all of this began over the weekend after President Trump said Colombia had denied access for 2 U.S. planes carrying migrants into their country. Trump threatened to impose a 25% tariff on all goods coming into the U.S. from Colombia. Colombia's president threatened retaliatory tariffs on the U.S., but on Sunday night, the White House says Colombia has agreed to the president's terms. Now, President Trump says the tariffs won't be implemented unless Colombia does not hold up to the agreement. Now, Kevin, this is kind of like the first glimpse into how Trump would approach his immigration plans with other countries. Colombian officials, they say that if these tariffs would have been imposed, it would have had some really harmful impacts on the families and farmers who produce those goods and really rely on American business. And by the way, Kevin, Colombia, they're trading, the United States is their biggest trading partner. So, of course, this was a pretty big deal for them. Kevin, back to you.
Sure. Rachel, thank you very much. Your first warning weather forecast is after the break. Plus, the one and only Jim Koski joins us for Life in the 906. He's worried we might be losing an Upper Peninsula tradition. We'll find out what. And later, we'll hear from one doctor who is going over the benefits of participating in Dry January. We'll be right back after this.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy pre-owned vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
We need all hands on deck.
We could be looking at an international crisis here.
We got less than 24 hours. What do we know?
See the discoloration, dilated pupils. This was poison.
I found some rogue code.
Daisy,
I gotta leave.
we knew NCIS was coming. We're gonna need an undercover operation.
NCIS!
I love this team.
NCIS returns CBS tonight, 9/8 Central, part of CBS Winter Premieres and streaming on Paramount+.
Save big money on your next painting project at Menards. Dutch Boys Forever Interior Paint and Primer offers powerhouse protection with its stain-blocking, odor-reducing technologies. A gallon starts at $31.96 after rebate. Give your space the Platinum treatment with Platinum Plus Interior Paint. Its Stain Shield technology protects your spaces with a performance you'd expect from luxury paint at a price you wouldn't. Get a gallon starting at $38.98 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
It's Shunk's big winter sale. It's that time of year when you spend more time on your sofa, more time on your recliner, and more time in bed. During Shunk's big winter sale, you'll save on the furniture you need. And there's big savings on quality Amish dining room, too. Have it built the way you want it, or save even more on floor sample closeouts. And mattresses from Serta, Sealy, Tempur-Pedic, and Stearn & Foster. The selection and discounts have never been greater. Shop Shunk's big winter sale at both locations for big discounts. Shop Shunk's in Marquette today.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
As many of you know, we are in a La Nina winter, but it's a weak La Nina, and thought I'd go back in the archives, check out how Marquette has fared snow-wise. when we go into La Nina winters. And as we check things out here, now projected-wise, assuming we have a normal amount of snow for the rest of the winter, we could be coming up to about 155 inches of snow here in Marquette. Again, that's projected. But you can see that is kind of in the middle of La Nina, past weak La Ninas. And we have weak La Ninas and strong La Ninas. So these are weak. And you can see we've had close to that back in 16, 17. Not all of them are snowy. 2 of those have had less than 120 inches, and we almost hit 200 inches though. So La Nina winters can have a lot of variability to them. We'll see how this one goes and if we actually get close to the projected amount of snow for this season. Now the cold air, we've been talking about it, the big upper level low now moving up. So even though colder air, we're going to have a wide range of temperatures. The Arctic cold that we had from last week is bottled up in Canada, while the winds, well, they'll tend to be shifting off toward the south with gusty winds that we had today, hit almost 40 in some spots. But we will go down as we head toward Tuesday morning out of the south and then going back to the northwest. So we have these waves and fronts moving through, and any one of them could set off some snow bands here. One moving through right now, giving us some quick hits of snow as it moves south. A little lake effect tonight. Next system comes in Tuesday. Pretty good snow here, steady snow in the morning into the afternoon. And then the northwest flow behind it will start up some lake effect bands here by tomorrow evening. So we're getting back into wintertime mode, getting up and going through tomorrow. Watch for those snow-covered roads and slick conditions here. And the lake effect will continue Tuesday night and into the morning hours on Wednesday. Now, by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, not a lot of snow here, less than an inch for most of you. Newberry towards Sault Ste. Marie may get a little bit more. And then as we check things out, Tuesday into Wednesday, good swath of 3 to 4 inch snowfall near Covington out toward Houghton. Marquette looking at about 1 to 3 for tomorrow as we get back into the wintertime mode. So some snow around this evening, diminishing later tonight, cold temperatures, and that snow continues tomorrow. But be a wetter snow, temperatures getting into the lower 30s. So that's good news there. Morning flakes on Wednesday, colder hit. Could hit 40 on Thursday, back into the 20s as we head toward Friday and into the weekend.
Well, I hope we do hit those 40s there. Thanks very much, Tom. Coming up next, we're checking with the Iron Ore Heritage Trail Authority on their recent updates and what's to come later this year. That conversation takes place in 2 minutes.
Have you heard? Affordable healthcare is better than ever. And right now there are more carriers and plans to choose from. The government's Affordable Care Act is available for individual and family health coverage plans with little to no cost to you. 70% of callers qualify for a zero-cost healthcare coverage. See if you are one of them. This is not Medicaid or Medicare. This is the marketplace with the largest selection of healthcare plans from the Affordable Care Act. Call 800-626-9042.
Better begins with the way we see each other. Better begins with the way we treat each other. Better begins with the way we care for each other. Better begins at Aspirus Health. Bringing out the better in all of us.
The Upper Peninsula, in and of itself, is a story of progress. Rising to every challenge with the mindset of discovery is who we are. Because of that, we've been able to adapt in an ever-changing world, all the while never abandoning the culture and the sharp focus on community that has made us who we are today, confidently connecting people to their goals without compromise. That's progress, that's our story, that's our brand of banking.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Realistic.
I will maybe have a tendency to
Spend too
overindulge.
much and won't be able to pay your rent. That's the problem.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Powerful.
I don't know where you've been, but you're going to respect this courtroom. I'm going to throw you out real quick.
Mathis Court is in session.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. We're once again checking in to hear what updates are coming to the Iron Ore Heritage Trail Authority and talking about what else is to come. Joining us is Trail Administrator Bob Hendrickson, as always. And Bob, as always glad to have you here.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it.
All right. So tell us what's been going on lately.
Well, we're starting to look into the 25 building season already. The biggest thing that's going to be coming up this year is the Lankin Land extension, which will go from the Cabogam Road, which is in Chocolate Township, out to Lankin Land, which is the sculpture park. And we've been working with Coleman Engineering on this. We hired them last year. And they're coming up with their preliminary designs and their project timelines. We should be getting that by the end of the week. That'll then go to the Heritage Board, board, and then they'll make approval on that, and that'll be sent to the state for approval.
All right, excellent. So what's that going to look like when it's all finished?
So it's going to be, there's already an existing ORV trail, and it's going to be a parallel non-motorized trail. It'll be an extension of about 5 miles. We had to file for an Eagle permit because we needed to do some ditching and some drainage work through there. So that got passed or approved in January. We're looking at the submission for the state to be in February and approval for that. So we're working with a $300,000 trust fund grant. That's money that's derived from minerals and gas from the state of Michigan. And then we also have a $100,000 grant from the Michigan Trailways Alliance that is actually the Iron Bella Trail. So this is also a corridor not only for the ORV, but also the North Country Trail runs along parallel to this too. So that'll give a little more separation between motorized and non-motorized. And this will be kind of the first attempt on this trail system to actually run parallel like that.
All right, excellent. So we should be getting some finalized plans coming up here.
Yeah, looking forward to that. And then bids will go out in March, and hopefully we'll get construction going in May.
All right, good deal. And hopefully is, hopefully, but how much does the weather play into your...
It can. We're fortunate in the area that we're building this is right along the lakeshore, and it's a fairly sandy area that has a lot of drainage already through it. We'll have to see how much snow we end up with at the end of the season, because there is a wet area that has a natural drain field in that area. That's where we had to get the Eagle permit for. But that's something that I think by the end of May we'll be able to start working through it. And then we'll be starting from Cabogam working to the east. And so we'll have plenty of time to address that.
Good deal, good deal. All right. What else do we got going on?
What else is we're working with the Koski Forest Tracts. We did acquire 176 acres in Marquette Township, and part of it's in Negaunee Township. We'll be collaborating with the NTN to do preliminary trail design and layout. We'll do that through the summer of 2025. Really want to see how that land topography is. What can we put in there? We want to make it to the greatest public that can utilize it. And then it'll be a 3 to 5 year project to start working on funding for those trails.
All right, excellent. And as we approach summer, and once we get to summer, how do you think the trail network's going to look by then with all the recent changes and project updates?
Well, I think, we have the boardwalk up in Negaunee now. That was quite popular. We had some repairs done to the Canadian National Railroad, replaced a culvert, so that's going to alleviate any flooding that we could potentially have in the spring. We have a motorized bypass that is also being used for the snowmobile trail this year. And we'll be working on that to secure an ORV route from Negaunee over to County Road 492, which currently does have a lot of ORV traffic. However, that's not an official ORV trail, but we're working with the DNR to establish an official ORV trail there.
All right, excellent. Bob, anything else from you?
No, we're looking forward to working with the new board. That's coming up in April. So in April 2025, that's our annual board annual meeting, and also our board election. So we'll be having Ely, Humboldt, and Republic coming on board with that, and looking forward to working with those. We already have our first board member from Ely. He's been appointed, Michael Anderson, and then we expect to have Humboldt and Republic placed in February. We'll start moving towards that, where in March we'll be able to have one big meeting with outgoing and incoming board members, and everybody gets to know a little bit more about what we have going on, what we've done, and then kind of moving the whole organization forward.
Excellent, excellent. Bob, thank you so much as always. Always glad to have you in here.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And tomorrow we speak with the CEO of the Michigan Home Builders Association about the state of the housing crisis in Michigan. That conversation is tomorrow only on 19 News Insights. And still to come on your 19 News, Jim Koski tells us about that winter tradition the UP might be losing for life in the 906. And later, it's tax season. We'll hear from a business analyst on how you can get the most out of your returns this year. But first, here's your Upers United Volunteer Opportunity of the Day. And speaking of taxes, the United Way of Marquette County is looking for those who can help those struggling with filing. They're looking for people who can help others navigate the process. To sign up to be a volunteer or check out other opportunities, just head to upersunited.com.
Tonight, a CBS News investigation.
China's intelligence agents are scouring social media to identify U.S. service members and then pay them to spill secrets.
What did the Chinese government get? It's a spy story in the age of apps. That's ahead on the CBS Evening News.
Everything that's ever mattered was either taken from me or I threw it away. This job, it's all that I have left. You belong in the dirt with me. Go take some pictures, find us some evidence. Mary Jo!
No, these phones have intercoms. Do you need me to show you how to press the button?
Better religion! Trust, it's a scary thing.
We got this.
NCIS Origins returns CBS Tonight, 10, 9 Central, part of CBS Winter Premieres and streaming on Paramount+.
Optimize your home with Maytag and Whirlpool appliances from Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Maytag and Whirlpool offer best-in-class warranties on durable, state-of-the-art appliances, perfect for your laundry room or kitchen. Available in stock or online, plus free delivery and 0% financing.
I don't wear earbuds. I don't listen to music. It's like you've got that whole beautiful lake, that whole sunrise, like it's there just for you. I've always lived an active life, and after a while, my shoulders started to hurt. I had them both replaced at UP Health System by Dr. Doppelt. My experience has all been very positive. You have good people working right here, your friends and your neighbors, that are going to take care of you. I wouldn't choose anywhere else.
The UP loves to be outdoors. Running, fishing, hiking, biking. If it's happening outside, you want to be a part of it. And this little baby is what you need to be ready. It's local and 100% free, 24/7. WZMQ 19's news app can show you the best times to be out, what to wear, how to stay safe, whether to bring along the kids. It's your problem-solving power tool, the WZMQ 19 app, now playing on a phone near you.
She's inquisitive.
What led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
Welcome back, everyone. Look who it is. It's, of course, Jim Koski for Life in the 906. Jim, what do you have for us this time?
Well, I don't know if you've made this part of your Uper training yet, Kevin, but there's one thing that you can do to fit in around here each and every winter, and that is to ski. Skiing seems to be embedded in the DNA of people living in the UP, some downhill, others of us hit the cross-country trails, and then there are the rare few who purposely launch themselves into the air off of a perfectly good ski jump. Those few are hardcore with a capital H. Yet over the past few years, thanks to the way the climate is changing, not a lot of us have had the chance to strap on our skis. Ski hills are doing their best to make snow for those who downhill, but what about those of us who cross country? In many parts of the UP, the snow is just not there. This was supposed to have been Nakaemanon weekend, when over 1,000 cross-country skiers descend upon Marquette. But because we've only received about 40% of the snow we usually get, the trails weren't safe and the race was canceled. I was talking to a meteorologist last week, and she and I were discussing if this is going to be our new normal, if this is what our winters will be like from now on. And if that's the case, we're going to have a huge paradigm shift around here. Events where you can truck in whatever snow you can find, like the Ishpeming ski jumps a couple of weekends ago, may continue. But longer distance events like the No K or the Sisu Ski Fest in Ironwood, both of which were either shortened or canceled each of the past 2 years, well, they may go the way of taking a ferry instead of driving across the Mackinac Bridge. Now, I'm not a meteorologist, nor do I play one on TV. I have no scientifically based idea of what our winters will be like from now on. But if the new normal is indeed our new normal, well, that might mean we have to say goodbye to a cherished UP tradition, spending a winter day on our skis. I'm Jim Koski, and that's another slice of life in the 906.
Thanks very much, Jim. And I know we're all hoping to get that snow in time for the UP 200 as well.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers
Yep.
crossed. Thanks again, Jim. And don't forget to join Jim weekday afternoons on Q107 WMQT. January is often a time for resolutions to better oneself, including cutting back on alcohol. Many Americans opted for a dry January this year, 31 days of sobriety. For many people, it's also a way to step back and evaluate their relationship with alcohol, and for many, it's a relationship they can do without. From improved sleep to more energy to healthier relationships and a healthier you, hitting the pause button on drinking has many benefits.
There's never been a better time in American history to drink less. Whether you are doing a dry January or not, I think everybody should at least experiment with what it feels like to go without alcohol for at least a couple of weeks and just see how you feel after. I think for most people, after 30 days, they feel a dramatic difference.
According to recent polls, 49% of Americans say they want to have more control over their drinking. The official start of tax season is here, which means it's time to start gathering those financial documents from 2024 ahead of the April 15th filing deadline. Business analyst Jill Schlesinger says the best way for filers to get their refunds within 21 days is to file electronically and to use direct deposit. As for whether you need to hire a tax preparer,
it depends on the complexity of your life. Some people think it's just, oh, I have a lot of money versus not. But if you're just a wage earner, a W-2, by the way, keep your eye out for all these tax documents. They come via snail mail very often. But if you're a wage earner, you could probably do it yourself.
Schlesinger says filers with more complex returns, which could include owning a business, being self-employed, or maybe selling real estate, may want to consider hiring a professional. Now, don't go away. Tom DeVecchio has our final look at the forecast when we come back.
Rated the best hearing aids of 2023 by Forbes, the Audion Atom 2 series offers superior sound quality and functionality for a fraction of the price. For just $189 a pair, the Atom 2 features 4 different hearing modes for all types of hearing loss. It packs crystal clear sound, a nearly invisible design, and is even rechargeable.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids. They're so comfortable, I forget I'm wearing them. And the sound is amazing.
The Atom Pro 2 is our smallest hearing aid yet, featuring advanced background noise cancellation and is the world's first hearing aid with built-in UV cleaning that kills 99% of bacteria.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed without seeing a doctor or having a hearing test.
Join over 500,000 happy customers today and get the hearing you deserve.
Call 1-800-432-0531 or go to audionhearing.com to get your pair of Audion hearing aids starting at just $189.
What happens when the world's best journalists come together?
This was an entire building. It will take years to rebuild.
We're from CBS News, American television.
You get the all-new CBS Evening News coming this Monday.
Help! When you fall and can't get help, you will lie on the floor for hours or days in constant, terrible anguish. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-998-6449. That's 1-800-998-6449.
Pure Outdoor is the first program dedicated to increasingly popular outdoor and eco sports. Journey to the world's most exotic, breathtaking locations. Pure Outdoor.
Snowfall tonight will be less than an inch for the vast majority of you as you get up tomorrow morning. And then for Tuesday into Wednesday, the snow gets steady. Could get about 2-3 inches in Marquette and maybe 3 up to 5 perhaps in where you see the darker blues off toward the west. It will be a wetter snow, decent wind. Temperatures should get close to freezing. We go up and down here. Low 20s Wednesday, 40 Thursday, back to upper 20s on Friday. A real yo-yo amount in the snow as we head on toward the end of the week. Kevin, back to you.
Tom, thank you. And finally today, the Delta Conservation District launched its annual tree fundraiser. In addition to the usual apple trees, evergreen shrubs, and small fruits, new offerings including Honeyoak strawberries and Chicago hardy fig trees. The sale is the district's primary source of income, which keeps operations going and funds outreach programs. The district says planting native trees and shrubs also provides benefits for the environment.
They keep on giving to the biodiversity of our area. They stabilize shorelines. They filter out pollution from the water and the air. And they're shelters, windbreaks, critical food sources in the winter, and really all season long for our critters that are out there.
And that's all we have for now, folks. We'll catch you later tonight at 11:10 Central.